Let's describe and evaluate the positives and negatives of the following forms of investment. So the first one is government retail bonds. So what are the advantages of government retail bonds? It's a safe way to invest with a low risk. It's guaranteed returns, convenient and accessible, no extra cost or commission, and a convenient method to purchase, for example, at the post office. And then, what are the disadvantages of government retail bonds? You receive a low return on the investment because it is a low risk, and government could default on payment in the event of war or financial crisis. So default means you will not get a return. Then, the advantages of a unit trust. It allows the investor to buy a group of shares and securities from a variety of companies. It lowers the potential risk. Also, it spreads the risk amongst some high and some low risk. Professional fund managers will invest the funds to ensure maximum returns and growth. They also provide a source of income on retirement. Then the disadvantages of a unit trust is your unit trust could decrease in value over time. Dependent on the growth of a blue chip companies, and external factors could impact negatively on the value of a unit trust. Moving on to shares. So what are the advantages of shares? Shares can offer a much higher return on investment. They provide a protection against inflation, provided that the company is profitable. The value of shares often increases over time, and dividends are payable to shareholders when the company declares a dividend. Disadvantages of shares. The value of the share price fluctuates over time. External factors over which the company has no control has a negative impact on the value of the shares. And lastly, the value of the share may drop below the initial price which it was bought. Fixed deposits. Advantages of fixed deposits. A fixed deposit offers guaranteed return to an investor. Fixed deposits are very liquid, hence one can withdraw the money whenever one wants to. A fixed deposit is very flexible in nature because you can have a fixed deposit with the maturity for 1 month, 1 year or 10 years. A fixed deposit with any amount can be made by the investor. And then the disadvantages of a fixed deposit. The biggest disadvantage of investing money into a fixed deposit is that the returns are low. If the inflation is very high, fixed deposit investors are the worst hit, as the return from the fixed deposit may not be sufficient to cover high expenses due to inflation. If one invests all of his or her money into a fixed deposit, then he or she may not enjoy the benefits of diversification. Through the premature withdrawal of funds from a fixed deposit results in some loss of interest income. Fixed deposits are taxed at normal rates of taxation, and hence one cannot take the tax benefit from this investment.